Team 3. This is your operational briefing for Thursday, August 26th. Ground rules, please silence your cell phones, any sidebar conversation. If you could hold those off till after the briefing, we'd appreciate it. Once again, those in the back, we do have chairs. We can get moving. As far as the general management control objectives, there are no changes. They still remain valid. Current situational update, not operations, John Heggie.
Good morning, everybody. Good productive day yesterday and an aggressive firefight as well. So we'll start off in the Lassen sector. Branch 9, Division Kilo is looking good to the spike camp, but in that pocket it's still pushing down, so that's going to be a point of contention today, so make sure we're having a heads up in that area, especially as the winds surface this afternoon. Division Lima is looking pretty good, but it still has a dirty burn in that area, so still a lot of heat and potential in that area as well. Moving into Branch 13, Division November is looking good into the Hannah Ranch. Oscar is looking good into the burn scar and is all holding. Papa is where the attention's been. It's we've got it tied into the lava flow and then back to the Butte Lake Road and basically tied into Division Quebec. Branch 16, Quebec, we had active fire slopped out on us yesterday afternoon, stood up. They were able to pick up those spots and got it wrung out this evening and into this morning. Divisions Romeo, Tango, and Union are all looking really good. Moving to the Westwood sector, Clear Branch is looking really good. Lots of calls for service, but they still have that smoldering in the meadows, so that's going to have some attention needed today. Janesville's all looking good, but still some heat in the Milford area and up Janesville grade. Have a great day.
Weather, Derek Williams.
Hey, good morning. We do have a weather pattern change coming up actually in the next 24 hours. So the trough that gave us some gusty winds in the last couple of days is starting to move off to the east. We'll have light winds today. In fact, most of the day we'll see terrain-dominated winds, so the upslope, up valley type wind patterns. Maybe late in the afternoon you'll see a westerly component along the ridge tops, less than 10 miles an hour. So fairly light winds today. However, as we go into the evening hours, those winds will shift to the north late tonight, and then by early tomorrow morning, let's say 0200, 0300, we'll see a northeast wind. It will be light, but it will be consistent from the northeast, and it could accelerate through some of the valleys and be funneled in some areas. So you could have some local winds of 10 to 15 miles an hour during that time frame. So that's the main concern, is the wind shift overnight tonight. It's starting out much drier this morning. RHs are in the 20 to 30% range. In fact, we reached our maximum humidity around midnight last night. So warmer, drier today, warmer by about 5 degrees with some mid-80s possible in the valley location. So that warm and dry trend will continue. Friday will be dry. Saturday will be drier. Sunday will be driest. We're looking at critical low RH during the day, all 3 days, and temperatures warming by 8 to 10 degrees by the end of the weekend. So warmer, drier pattern, but light winds during those days, and then we might see another trough come in with gusty winds early next week. That's all I have. Thanks. Have a safe shift.
Fire behavior, Brian Newman.
Okay, good morning. So you heard it just now. We are expecting a wind shift today, and so there has not been a day on this fire that we have not had spots. So every day we've had spotting problems across this fire, and they expect that to continue today, especially as we're getting that shifting wind coming around the top part of the fire where most of the activity is. Coming around today through the afternoon is going to be a westerly wind, a little different than we had yesterday. So out here to the east on the downwind side, expect spotting. As it shifts around through the day, we're going to have low humidities all through the shift. So again, expect spotting and expect that to be an issue. We've had spot fires over on the A21 road 4 and 5 days after the last large amount of activity. So expect similar kind of conditions today. If you get down over in the DeLima area, there's this pocket of unburned in here with some activity on the edge. As that wind comes down across this overnight, expect that activity to continue. And this is in a little drainage here, and so expect channeled winds and expect it to be increased as it comes through that area. So again, expect the potential for spotting in here and some increased activity. Coming down on the around Almanor area, our biggest concerns we're dealing with in here is the needle cast that's falling down on the stump holes and the heavy deadened down that's smoldering out. That has been a problem over the last handful of days, and I expect that to continue today. So be heads up on those needle cast fires that are in that area. And coming out here a little further, Clear Branch area, as we get into the afternoon and evening, it's going to channel those winds down that 36 corridor. There's still some activity interior in here. Expect that to pick up as it gets some wind on it. It shouldn't challenge any lines, but again, there'll be some activity in there. And then lastly, over here on the Janesville grade and on the escarpment area, this is where that large escarpment funnels the winds and it comes across and really pushes to the southeast, but then you'll have a different wind flow aloft over the top of the escarpment. So expect erratic winds and then some increase in activity across there. We do have smoke over the fire this morning. It's going to affect your ability to have any aircraft for part of your plan. It should clear out at some point today and provide those opportunities. So please take all that in consideration and have a safe shift.
Safety Officer Matt Chamblin.
Good morning. Please utilize page 7, 8, and 9 in your IAP for briefing your crews out there on the ground today. A few items I want to talk on. One is hydration. Make sure you're drinking water or fluids before, during, and after your shift. A second item I'd like to talk to is road hazards. Specifically, in Lassen, Tehama, and Plumas County, you can encounter open range cattle out there, so be aware of that. And third, aircraft safety awareness when working out on the fire line. Whenever you see aircraft, whether it be rotor wing with the rotor wash or tankers or heli-tankers, be aware of those drops and the debris that can come flying in, out of the trees and so forth. We'll have a total of 8 safety officers out there today to support the operation. Have a safe shift.
Operations, Mark Brunton.
Good morning. For those of you returning, welcome back. For those that may be new, welcome to the Dixie. From the Team 3 operations section, we want to thank you for all the hard work that you've put out there on this fire, this being our last briefing. You guys have made a big difference on this monster of a fire. We'll go through our roll call briefing. Obviously, we don't have the Butte sector here, but we'll be going through their roll call and then moving on to the folks that are here. So in the Butte sector, branch director will be Morris, and division soup will be Costa. Moving on to the Lassen sector, deputy operations, Bohal. Here. Branch 9, Ham. Here. Division Juliet Kilo, Ibarra. Here. Division Lima, Riley. Here. Branch 13, Clemec. Here. Division November, Oscar, and the IA will be at the on the line. Division Papa, Bots. Here. Branch 16, Boston. Here. With trainee Frederick. Here. Division Kilo, Rivers. Here. Division Romeo Tango Uniform, Swope. Here. Shasta Branch, Fields. Here. And contingency, Petro. Here. Moving on to our Westwood sector, Deputy Operations Section Chief Norman. Here. Clear Branch, Smith. Here. Meadow Group, Degg. Here. Duffy Group, Hunter. Here. Westwood Group, Schmidt. Here. Lassen Fire Suppression Repair, Hauser. Here. Janesville Branch, Gaines. Here. Deputy Ehrlich. Here. Milford Group, McTeague. Here. Hicks Group, Wilson. Here. Antelope Group, Grendel. Here. Trainee Sims. Here. And suppression repair on the Butte will be Derby. Okay, priorities for the Lassen sector. Division Pop and Quebec, primary, those being our number 1 with those firing operations, and then holding the slop that was on to Quebec. Division Oscar, Lima, and Kilo, those are our next ones, getting that tied in and tied up, especially before those winds come in, and then branch 13. On the Westwood, number 1 will be the Janesville, getting that buttoned up, and then also the final is the Clear Branch. So today, Chief C is going to, in his closing, is going to talk about the dedication of this briefing to former teammate John Rudy. And from the ops section, we just wanted to honor him as well.
he was a guy that for the ops section, with our crazy requests sometimes supply-wise, always took care of us, and never with a question, which you always should be questioning stuff that the ops section guys sometimes order up. So he never did, though. And in the essence of John Rudy, for those who didn't know him, there's a good quote from Edward Croker, who was the chief of department for the FDNY from 1899 to 1911. And some of you may have heard this before. I have no ambition in this world but one, and that is to be a fireman. The position may be in the eyes of some appear to be a lowly one, but those who know the work which a fireman has to do believe his is a noble calling. Our proudest moment is to save lives. Under the impulses of such thoughts, the nobility of the occupation thrills us and stimulates us to deeds of daring, even of supreme sacrifice. And I know if John was the guy giving this briefing today, he would end with saying, "Fight fire like champions today."
Air Operations, Matt Stanford.
Good morning. On page 44 and 45, you'll find all the air assets. Yesterday, we were finally able to get some air tankers up. They were able to drop over 30,000 gallons of retardant late in the evening yesterday. Helicopters flew all day, dropping out of Eagle Helibase and Battle Creek Helibase over 300,000 gallons of water. The communication has been very, very good. Let's keep that up throughout the rest of this fire. Available today, VLAT, ASM, air attack, and tankers. 28 helicopters between 4 helibases. Stay clear of aircraft drop zones. Medical emergencies, please follow the medical plan. Stay engaged, stay safe. We'll see you next time.
Communication, Corey Costa.
Good morning. For August 26th operational period, there's no changes to the comp plan. So no new clone today. Last clone was yesterday and Tuesday. If you're new to the incident, haven't been by communications last couple days, and come on by, we'll get you the new clone. Your West Zone 205s will be on pages 46 and 47. East Zone 205 will be on page 48. Remember, all West Zone communications will be using the West Zone air-to-ground command attacks. And always, any questions, come by, or concerns, see us at communications down into Main Street by Supply. Have a safe shift.
Medical, Fred D'Aquesto.
Good morning. If you turn to page 51 in your IAP, you can find the incident medical plan. Again, please review this with your people all the way down to the lowest level. Pay particular attention to box 8. The left side is the procedures for a line emergency. The right side is the information we need to get you the most appropriate resources to mitigate your situation. If you have any in-camp medical needs, CalMat's still set up between feeding and comms. And again, if you have any injuries to report, come see us in Trailer Row. And as always, you can contact us in Trailer Row for any needs, or contact the number at the bottom of the 206. Thank you. Have a safe shift.
Information, Blanca Mercado.
Good morning. If you could please turn to page 54 in your IAP. For today's stats, acreage is at 747,091. That's 747,091. Containment's at 45%, that's 45. Total personnel's at 4,889, that's 4,889. If you have media on your line today, use the media line number that's at the top of the page. We'll get a PIO out to you guys. The Calfire social media policy is still available through the QR code just to the right on the page. Any pictures, videos, drop them in our Gmail account. And we have a ton of unclaimed packages at the trailer. Have a safe shift.
Unit Chief Scott Packwood.
Hey, good morning, Scott Packwood, Unit Chief Lassa Modoc. I just wanted to say thank you to Team 3 as they are working on transitioning with Team 1. They put in a solid 22 plus days on this incident and have done an outstanding job. So thank you to all the sections, particularly logistics. It's always a challenge when you come up here to northeastern California where things aren't as readily available. So thank you guys for an outstanding job. Thank you.
Okay, a couple of reminders. Your Lassen breakout will be behind the OES trailer. Your Westwood breakout will be up over here. Unassigned resources are over here. As far as meeting schedules, 0900 will be the cooperators meeting. Next planning meeting will be 1700 hours. Your next operational briefing will be here tomorrow morning at 0700. Closing comments, IC Billy C.
All right, good morning. Obviously, a lot of you probably have noticed this logo on our IAPs and our mapping products. I just want to give you a little history on the meaning behind it. On May 22nd of this year, Fire Captain 2 John Rudy of the Los Angeles City Fire Department lost a long battle to cancer. John was a 32-year veteran of the fire service and a long-standing member of Calfire Incident Management Team 3's family. To honor John's service and dedication to our team, we are utilizing this logo on our products during this fire season. John will be missed, but never forgotten. If you could please join us in a moment of silence to honor John. All right, thank you. Godspeed, John.
That concludes your operational briefing. Thank you.